I am lost for words about this movie. Now, a lot of y'all that have been watching my videos for a while now know that I've been looking forward to Fast and Furious 9 for a while now. And a lot of y'all may know by now that I'm a huge fan of this franchise. Now, we all know that this franchise is ridiculous and fun action movies. And a lot of these have great stories. And what did I think of Fast and Furious 9? Did I love it? Did I hate it? I loved it because they embraced it 100% of the ridiculousness in this franchise, in this movie. I already expected them to go even more ridiculous than the other movies in the franchise. I already expected that. And they gave it to me in this film. Now, I've watched some reviews and most people said they went too far with the ridiculousness. I already knew that it was going to be more ridiculous than all the movies because in each movie they topped themselves each time of the ridiculousness. Now, I do love the story in this film. Now, I'm not going to try to spoil anything because a lot of y'all that are fans of this franchise need to just watch the film because it's great in my opinion. Now, just to let y'all know, y'all gotta expect it to be really ridiculous. Like, there's some scenes that I'm like, get the fuck out of here, because there's some scenes like I'm just like, whoa, how the fuck? That's the only time I questioned anything that this franchise has done. That's the fun of it. I laughed at some of the stupid things that happened in this movie, but they were fun, you know. They were fun. There's some scenes I'm like, damn, how the hell? But you know, that's the fun of this film. And there's some emotions here and there in the film. And I think that this might be the most action-packed Fast and Furious out of the franchise, in my opinion. Like, this has some of the best action scenes in the whole franchise, in my opinion. And let's talk about John Cena for a minute. Now, in my opinion, he did a great job as the villain in this film. He did a great job. Because a lot of times, John Cena ain't that great of an actor. Like, he's done some good movies here and there, but he wasn't amazing. This might be his best acting performance he's ever done in his career in this film. So, I got to give props to him. And some of the well, there's a lot of flashback scenes. The flashback scenes were some of the best moments in the entire Fast and Furious franchise. And this movie has nostalgia from, if you grew up watching this franchise, you have nostalgia from the soundtrack. They bring that soundtrack back from part 5 and 6 and stuff, because some of that was missing in Fast 8, some of it was, but they bring that back a lot in this film. And the action scenes are really good. The action scenes were intense. And of course, there's a lot of impossible stuff in this film. And that's what I expected. But a lot of the other movies, they made it, even though it was super ridiculous, they made it, some of it make sense. Like, just made some of it make realistic, which is, they wasn't realistic, but they made it make sense a little bit. But in this movie, no freaking way. No freaking way. None of these scenes are realistic at all. I mean, none of these movies are realistic, but they made a little bit more sense than the other ones. This one, if the ridiculousness is too much, you might get disappointed. But if you love this franchise as much as I do, you would appreciate how far they've went. And I love the story. In my opinion, this is probably the best story out of the whole franchise. And it's also the most action-packed out of the whole franchise. Now, Furious 7 was always my favorite Fast and Furious movie. This one might take that spot of being the best one, you know, in my opinion. I don't know unless I gotta watch it again, unless I rewatch Fast 9 again and see. But yeah, this might be all the way up there in my ranking. This movie blew me away because at first I started having low expectations going into this movie because I heard a lot of negative stuff about it. So when I watched the movie, I had a blast. It was the funniest out of the whole franchise. It was the most action-packed out of the whole franchise. And I loved every freaking second of this movie. Like, those y'all that are fans of the franchise, y'all might appreciate this movie. You know, it's fast, it's furious. So, it's great. It's a great movie in my opinion. It has a great storyline, and it surprised me because it's like they didn't spoil a lot in the trailers almost. Even though the trailers are kind of long, they didn't spoil that much in the trailers. Because there was a lot of movies left. Now, I might spoil some of it. Now, this is the part where I'm going to spoil just some scenes. Not all of it, but just some scenes. One of them being about Han. This is the only negative I have with the film. This is the only one negative I have in the entire film. How they explained how Han died. They didn't show it. They just showed the car blowing up, and then Han was over here with Mr. Nobody. And then Han's like, oh, that was a trick. And then Mr. Nobody's like, yeah, I've done better than just this trick. So, that's the only problem I have with the movie. But other than that, the entire movie was fucking epic. It was epic. Now another thing. What I like this was a great, like, now I'm going to talk about the end credit scene now. I love this end credit scene, and I know a lot of y'all will too. Stay after the credits to watch the scene. Alright, so in the end credit scene, you see Jason Statham beating the shit out of the punching bag, and then you see somebody in the punching bag that got the shit beat out of them, and then somebody knocks out the door, and then it was Han. So Jason Statham saw Han. So that's going to be interesting seeing that flesh out in Fast 10. And this movie felt like a setup of what's to come in Fast and Furious 10 and 11. I loved everything about this movie. Like, other than one scene how they explain how Han died. Like, they could have explained it a lot better than what they did. But yeah. Now, the women in this movie, badass. I think, like, literally every character in this movie is badass. The women, Roman and Tej, both of those characters, badass. Like, everybody in this movie had their time to shine, and it was freaking amazing. I loved every freaking second of this movie. Everybody had their time to shine. I loved this movie. I cannot wait for Fast 10 and 11, because I heard those are confirmed. I cannot wait for those two. I can't wait for the finale and see how things end. Okay, now I got one more spoiler. Now, to say in this movie, when they went to space, they go to space in this movie, and it's ridiculous, but it's fun. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. And when they went to space, I had a freaking ball, and it was great. It was crazy, and it was crazy. And it was nice to see Sean Boswell back, played by Lucas Black. And it was also fun to see Bow Wow back. Of course, Bow Wow plays Twinkie. It was fun to see those characters back in the franchise. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be back in the finale. And the soundtrack was great in this movie. Justin Lin literally brought back what we loved about the franchise in general. You know, Fast 8 was good, but it wasn't the best one. But the main Fast and Furious 9 brought the shit back on track to where it's supposed to be. You know, because Furious 7 was my favorite. Of course, James Wan directed that one. But it's like, Fast 9's good since Furious 7, or it might be better. I gotta probably watch it again, but it might be better. And there's a lot of fight scenes, a lot of explosions, a lot of car crashes, a lot of car races, and a lot of car chases. So yeah, there's two great racing scenes in the movie, which I don't want to spoil that. But like, yes, there's a lot of flashback scenes, and one of the flashback scenes at the beginning of the movie, to set the tone a little bit. You know, explain why Dom and his brother ain't getting along. So yeah, you get that. And you get a lot of different flashback scenes sprinkled throughout the film. And this movie was good. Was great. Like, if I had to rate this movie, how would I rate it? Now, this could change. You know, this this can change. The rating of this movie could change. How would I rate this movie? I think I might give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for how much I enjoyed the movie. For how much I enjoyed the movie. 10 out of 10. Like, it might, some people, the action might be a little too much, but it ain't too much for me because I love a good-ass action movie. And this movie definitely delivered on that, in my opinion. I was never bored throughout this movie. That's why I give it a 10 out of 10, because I was never bored, you know, and there's a lot of action. A whole lot of great action scenes. I freaking love this movie a lot. 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. I just love this movie. I just love this movie, and I cannot wait for Fast 10 and 11. As soon as those come out, and I heard that after Fast and Furious 10 and 11, of course, part 11 is like the finale. And I heard that after that, they're still going to do spin-offs. So basically, the Fast and Furious universe isn't ending, but the ones in the main series. So yeah, Fast 10 and 11 is going to be the last one with the team. And then, you know, they're going to do like some more spin-offs after that. So yeah, Fast and Furious 9. Well, if you count Hobbs and Shaw, this is probably part 10. But I love this movie, as y'all can already tell by this review. I love this movie a lot. If y'all are Fast and Furious fans, and y'all love the ridiculousness, and y'all love them to embrace the ridiculousness of the franchise, check Fast 9 out. And if you watch in theaters, buy it on Blu-ray and DVD in 4K. So yeah, I guess over this video. Let me know in the comments below if y'all watched Fast 9, what did y'all think of the movie? I love to hear y'all's thoughts. So yeah, I guess over this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know when the videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.